Have you ever wondered what happens when you get to the end of the train during Evie's first mission to find the Brewster Laboratory? Well, in this video, we'll be finding out that and more. Just sit tight. Welcome Backpack, my name is Stealthy Doggo, and I hope you guys have been doing fantastic. In this week's video of Oddities and Observations for Assassin's Creed Syndicate, we'll be looking at a few more of the items in the early game that I have found while speedrunning this game. From throwing knives not being used to corpses making noises, we look at a few other items that have piqued my interest throughout the first two missions of the game. First up, noisy corpses. Now, when you're hiding in a very particular area on the train, you can actually assassinate two guards and stack their bodies on top of each other. This happens in other parts of the game as well, but when it happens here, you get this very odd effect. And you can actually hear the noise fade away as we walk away. And like I said, this happens in other areas too. Number two is Unthrown Knives. And you go to throw a knife. She'll go through the motions, but as you can see, the knife didn't get thrown and the item we were throwing it at didn't react. Cutscene loot. So, at the beginning here, you can see that we ended at the throwing knives with one throwing knife left. We're going to switch to smoke bombs and have two of those. We're going to jump down here and use one of these smoke bombs, kill the two guards, and then loot one of the bodies. While we're in the middle of looting the bodies, we're going to have the cutscene play. After the cutscene finishes, we aren't going to get a prompt for how much loot we got, but instead, we're going to see that we have two knives in our inventory. Number four, missing bodies. Ah yes, the other thing that's really weird about cutscenes is that it refreshes the environment you're in. So again, back to these two guards, we're going to go ahead and murder them, and then we're going to, the cutscene's going to kick off. And as the cutscene ends, the bodies are nowhere to be found. And just like that, no bodies, a little bit darker where it was, but no bloodstain, no bowler hats, nothing. No sign they even existed. Alright, so this is the foot race options for the third mission. So this is after we've killed the two thugs, after a kid has stolen Jacob's wallet. We chase him down, we find the two thugs, and Evie initiates a race. And of course, there are three options when it comes to this race. You can either have a fair race, like we're gonna do here, in which you can still win, though it is much harder, as you have to body block her essentially the entire way up. Every once in a while, a NPC will get in her way and slow her down. But for the most part, you have to stay ahead of her. As you can see here, she's right on our tail, but we are going to manage to reach the checkpoint first. The second option is to not kill the two thugs, but instead leave them with 1 HP left, where they're in this like fatigued state. The finisher is opted for. Run to the end of the boundary and continue running until Jacob forces you to start walking, in which case you have a significant lead on Evie. You can actually see how far of a lead we have. You can't even really see Evie coming out of the alleyway over there. But she is indeed walking her way out, and the conversation's still going at the bottom. And so we've got ourselves a significant head start on her. This allows us to take the same route we did, but with a significant lead advantage. No need to worry about whether or not we're body blocking her or how close she's getting. In fact, you can see here, we're going to wait, and there she is, several seconds behind us, still coming in, and then we're good to go. And we have several seconds we can wait before this kicks in. And finally, your last option is to just take the shortcut. This is the shortcut that the game designed for you to take. We're going to go ahead and finish these two guys off with the finisher, the way it's supposed to be, and then just walk with Evie, kind of like we did with the first option, but instead this time we're going to take the shortcut.
What else does London have to offer?
And what that shortcut allows us to do is to not have to worry again about how far ahead we are of her, not having to worry about body blocking her, but also not having the stress of, you know, making sure we stay ahead, because this is the game's designed route for you to stay ahead of her. And here you can see she actually gets ahead of us. We jump over the railing instead of going around it like she does. And even with that small hiccup there where we ran into a scaffolding, we're still already on the roof. No time climbing like she's gonna have to spend. And you can see she's right below us, but again, we're higher up and therefore allowed to reach the checkpoint first. Once you reach the checkpoint, there's a piece of audio where Evie asks, "Where's Mr. Green's map?" "Oh, where's Mr. Green's shop?" "It was located on Father's map." And we're gonna skip that cutscene, but the audio is gonna continue playing after this. There are several other spots in the game where this happens, but this is one of my most notable ones because it happens every time I play the game.
Where is Mr. Green's shop located? What is map?
Cutscene Earthquake is a fun one. So during cutscenes and other times where the game hasn't quite loaded up to where you are, it'll cause things to move in very odd ways. And so right there you can see the screen shake, you heard the crashing, and as the cutscene is skipped, you can see this carriage has actually flipped over onto its side, and it was supposed to be propelled away. Alright, so this one's very key. Right after we finish Mr. Green's mission, you can see at the bottom left in the map, there's a green dot signifying where Evie is. And you can hear Evie talking to Jacob. But as we climb this wall, with Evie still hot on our trails, you can see another Evie right there at the top of the steps. Alright, this was just an oddity I noticed while filming Thursday's video. But once you get to the top here, you can use your eagle vision to see two guys standing at the haystack. However, after the cutscene goes away, one of the individuals is missing. And not only that, he's not standing at the far corner of the haystack anymore, but instead he's standing closer to the tracks. And the other guy's nowhere else to be seen. And finally, the train in Evie's second mission, where you're supposed to reach it and detach the train before reaching Brewster's lab. I was very curious to see what would happen if you reached the end of the train but didn't detach it. Would it mission fail you because it reached Brewster's lab? And turns out, after 9.5 hours of playing this mission, nope, the train never ends. So that's going to be it, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us on another one of these great oddities and observations episodes. I really enjoy making these for you guys, and I hope you guys are enjoying them. Make sure to leave a like if you do, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you enjoy these kind of videos, because we'll be producing these every Tuesday and Thursday. Tuesdays will be the oddities and observations, and Thursdays will be our stealth gameplay of Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Have a great rest of your day, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Stay stealthy.